So many of you were so nice on my latest video and asked me all about my makeup and skincare and all the things in order to look like I do at the age of 49. So I figured let's talk about it. You don't want to watch me make a skincare video, I promise. It would be an absolute mess. So let's just talk about it in generalities because it's a lot simpler than you think it is. I've definitely gone through the phases where I've used all different kinds of things and I didn't really know what worked and what didn't. So I'll tell you what I use right now, what I think makes my skin look the best that it's looked in my entire life, and I look younger today than I did 15 years ago. The first thing I want to say though is I am 49, my children are grown and teenagers, so I am getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. I am able to prioritize my health a little bit more. I'm in a job where I feel very appreciated and cared for, and I have a lot less stress in my actual day-to-day job, and I love the people that I work with. I am very happy in my family, and I think that makes a big difference. I am definitely someone that stress plays all over my face, and you can tell how I'm doing based on how my skin is doing. I also have very good genetics. I have not always taken very good care of my skin, and a lot of this has to do with that. I don't smoke, I drink occasional wine, and that's about it. So in general, there's really nothing like earth-shattering there. So here's what I do. At night, I wash my face, double cleanse. This is what I'm using right now, but I've used all different kinds of things. So I use an oil-based cleanser to take my makeup off, and then I wash my face with a really hydrating facial wash like CeraVe, something really inexpensive. And then I am using a prescription strength retinol right this minute. I'm using one from the brand Muesli, but you could get these from your dermatologist. But I do use prescription strength. Now I had to work my way up there. I've been using retinol for over 10 years, so I think it's consistency. I started off with over the counter, slowly worked my way up, and now I'm using prescription strength. I think you want to start with something gentle and go slow. It's better to use something lower and slower and less irritating to your skin than to go full board and have all that peeling effect. That's not needed. This doesn't burn my skin. It doesn't create any irritation for me. I don't have to be super gentle around my eyes or my mouth, anything like that. So this works really good for me. It's 0.05% triretinyl, and this one has niacinamide in it as well. So I use that at night, and then I use a really, really moisturizing cream. I live in the Northeast, and so I want to use something thick. Right now I'm using the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. This is very expensive. You do not need to pay all the money for this. I do love it. I will tell you, it is absolutely my favorite moisturizer of all time, but I don't pay for it all the time. I pay for one in the winter, and then the rest of the year I buy something a lot less expensive. CeraVe has another really good deep moisturizing cream, anything that's really thick. And then I use Aquaphor as like an eye stick. I use that for my eye cream and around my mouth as well, just for kind of wrinkles, and put it any place where I would get wrinkles. And then this is, I think, is the kicker, especially if you live in a dry climate like I do. I use the Cicaplast Balm all over my face and my neck. And as I'm telling you skincare, I always put it down my neck and on the backs of my hands. I'm still working on my hands. They don't look as young as my face does. I'm having makeup, so that helps too, but we often forget to put stuff on the back of our hands. The Cicaplast, the idea behind this is that it is a barrier cream, so it decreases all of the irritation from all of the pollutants and everything that you do all day, the blue light, looking at computers, pollution. And so I look like Mrs. Doubtfire when I get done with my skincare at night. And I put this on for an hour or so before I fall asleep, so that everything has a chance to soak in before I go to sleep. When I wake up in the morning, I wash my face again because I have that Cicaplast on there. If I just had the moisturizer, you don't need to wash your face twice a day unless you're super, super oily, which I'm not. I'm very dry. Then I use a vitamin C serum all over my face, neck, and back of the hands. This one's from the brand Prequel, but I've used all different ones. I've used all the CE ferulic acid from SkinCeuticals. I've used really, really inexpensive ones. Sephora has a really good one right now. Any kind of vitamin C serum helps with cell turnover and sun damage and helps your face just look a little bit more glowy. In the morning, I use a vitamin C eye cream. I think it does make a difference. And then I use 2 moisturizers in the morning. I put the Dewy Skin Cream back on. Again, I'm in a dry climate. I have dry skin and I'm over 45. And then every single day I wear sunscreen, and I lather in sunscreen all over my face, ears, neck, chest, back of my hands. I am bad about reapplying now that I live in the Northeast, unless I am like out on the boat or on the water or something. But in the winter, it's dark here by 4:30. I don't reapply, but you could if you wanted to. And so those are my actual skincare. That's really all that I do. I don't do anything else. I think simpler is better. I used to use all different kinds of, every once in a while I'll use glycolic acid. That is something that I do, a glycolic acid peel. I do that about once a month, and I just kind of put it all over my face and neck. I'm having some sensitivity lately to it, and so I haven't done it recently. I need to talk to a dermatologist to see what else I can use, but I tolerated it fine for the longest time, and now all of a sudden it is bothering me a little bit more. It might be from increasing the strength of the retinol. What I do for makeup, which is very different now than I did when I was younger, is almost all cream products. So I put very little to no powder all over my face. I have very dry skin. And so even though it looks super, super dewy, it doesn't typically fall all over the place. And I don't wear near as much makeup as I used to. I think it actually looks better on more mature skin to wear a little bit less makeup, because it accentuates all of your lines and all of those kinds of things. So you want to just make sure that you're wearing makeup that looks best on you and makes the sense for your age group. So I hope this helps. This is not anything earth-shattering, but I certainly didn't want to gatekeep. Other things I do is I try to at least twice a year get a HydraFacial. I don't actually know what's in those, but they do really well for my skin, and my skin tolerates them, and I think they help. I wish I could afford to do it more. I've had one BBL laser on my face, which those are kind of for sun damage, and I will definitely do those again. They're just pretty expensive, and so I don't have the ability to do those as often as they say. I think the studies show if you did 3 a year, it actually helped with your collagen turnover. So if you guys are interested, next time I go get one, I'll take you with me. Take care. Thanks for all the love.